Hello everyone, good day. This is Hanime. I am Nasi from BA Ed 2 and now I will be discussing the philosophies of education. So I have here the 7 philosophies of education. The first one is Essentialism, number 2 Progressivism, number 3 Perennialism, number 4 Existentialism, number 5 Behaviorism, number 6 Linguistic philosophy, and number 7 Constructivism. So first, let's talk about Essentialism. Essentialism, this philosophy contends that teachers teach for learners to acquire basic knowledge, skills, and values. The emphasis is on academic content for students to learn the basic skills or the fundamental arts, the writing, arithmetic, right conduct, as these are essential to acquisition of higher or more complex skills needed in preparation for adult life. They are seen as a fountain of information and as paragon of virtue if ever there is such a person. The second one is Progressivism. Progressivism, this educational philosophy stresses that students should test ideas by active experimentation. Learning is rooted in the question of learners that arise through experiencing the world. It is active, not passive. The learner is a problem solver and a thinker who makes meaning through his or her individual experience. Progressivism teach to develop learner into becoming enlightened and intelligent citizen of a democratic society, and teachers employ experimental methods. The third one is Perennialism. The focus is to teach ideas that are everlasting, to seek enduring truth which are constant, not changing, as the natural and human world at their most essential level do not change. Schools should therefore develop the students' rational and moral power. According to Aristotle, if we neglect the students' reasoning skills, we deprive them of the ability to use their higher faculties to control their passion and appetites. Perennialism is the universal one on the view that all human beings possess the same essential nature, and it is not specialist curriculum but rather a general education. The teachers in perennialism do not allow the students' interest or experience to substantially dictate what they teach. Number 4 is Existentialism. It helps the students to understand and appreciate themselves as a unique individual who accepts complete responsibility for their thoughts, feelings, and actions. Students are given a wide variety of options from which to choose. Existentialism in education is a teaching and learning philosophy that focuses on the students' freedom and agency to choose their future. Existentialist educators believe that there is no God or higher power guiding their students. Thus, they encourage all students to exercise personal agency and create their own meaning for life. Number 5 is Behaviorism. Schools are concerned with the modification and shaping of students' behavior by providing for a favorable environment, since they believe that they are a product of their environment. Teachers in behaviorism teach to respond favorably to various stimuli in the environment. Teachers make the stimuli clear and interesting to capture and hold the learner's attention. Behaviorism, when applied to a classroom setting, focuses in conditioning students' behavior with various types of behavior reinforcement and consequent school and operant conditioning. Number 6 is Linguistic philosophy. Linguistic is the empirical study of language. Linguistic philosophy is an approach to understanding the underlying nature of the phenomena that linguists study. The discussion here in linguistic philosophy is designed for linguistics, but presupposes no prior acquaintance with either philosophy of language or linguistic theory. It is concerned with the major theorists of linguistics, semantic, and philosophy of language. The last is Constructivism. Recognizes learners construct new understanding that knowledge integrating with what they already know. This includes knowledge gained prior to entering school. Constructivism developed in intrinsically motivated and independent learners adequately equipped with learning skills for them to be able to construct knowledge and make meaning of things. The learners taught how to learn. They are taught a learning process and skills such as searching, critique, evaluating information, and etc. The teacher provides students with data or experience that allow them to hypothesize, manipulate objects, pose questions, research, investigate, image, and invent. And now, let us talk about the application of sociological theories in practical classroom situation in response to community context. So, the first one is structural functionalism. The way its part of society functions together to contribute to the whole. Hence, structural functionalists believe the aim of key institutions such as education is to socialize children, and teenager socialization is the process in which the new generation learns the knowledge, attitude, and values that they will need as a productive citizens. Functionalist perspective, for example, as a result of changes in technology, colleges are offering more technical programs and many adults are returning to school to learn new skills that are required in the workplace. The increasing number of women in the workforce has contributed to the formulation of policies against sexual harassment and job discrimination. One of the roles of schools is to teach students conformity, to look and respect the authority, obviously, such as respect given to teachers and administrators will help a student navigate the school environment. This function also prepares students to enter the workplace and the world at large, where they will continue to be subject to people who have authority over them. There are several major manifest functions associated with education. The first is socialization. Beginning in preschool and kindergarten, students are taught to practice various societal roles. This socialization also involves learning the rules and norms of the society as a whole. In the early days of compulsory education, students learn the dominant culture. Number 2 is conflict theory. The way inequalities contributed to social differences and perpetuate differences in power. Conflict theory assumes that the ideas held by a society or the ideas of the ruling class uses school along with the media and other means of communication to disseminate ideas that will support its continued rule. Given this assumption, the conflict perspective often focuses on the rule school system may play a public opinion or implementing social control. Schools can further goals of social control by socializing students into behaving into socially acceptable ways. Some may consider socialization as a form of indoctrination. Number 3 is symbolic interactionism. One-to-one interactions and communication. It focuses in social interaction in the classroom, in school playgrounds, and at other school-related games, social interaction contributes to gender roles, socialization, and teachers' expectation may affect students' performance. Symbolic interactionism is viewing society as composed of symbols that people use to establish meaning, develop views about the world, and communicate with the one another. We are thinking beings who act according to how we interpret situations. That's all. Thank you for watching.